Data according to the United Nations World Food Programme says 30.6 million Nigerians face acute food insecurity. Experts blame on many factors which include the security challenges in the North and Middle Belt, post-harvest losses, poor storage facility, and a couple of other issues. Over the years, there have been efforts at boosting food production in Nigeria, taking advantage of its over 70 million hectares of land, multiple agroecological zones, and a climate favorable for year-round farming. There have been several other such interventions by governments at council, state, and federal levels, including the Produce for Lagos program and the 500 billion naira guarantee fund scheme by the Lagos state government. In September, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Yari, said the prices of food items have crashed across the country, but some Nigerians differ, saying they are yet to feel the ease.
Before, we said chicken 4 years before, but now we sell 5,000 naira.
This one, before I selling 300, now I selling 500 because only it don't cost. Down I selling, before I selling 3,500, now I selling 6,000. Everything don't cost.
About 2 months ago, we are buying the food like rice or back of rice is 70-something thousand naira, like 75, 78, 73. But now 60, 62, 50, 55 safe. So if I look, it's gone down now. Not say like if you have increasing the price now.
2025 marks the 80th anniversary of the annual World Food Day, which is celebrated on October the 16th every year. This year with the theme, Hand in Hand for Better Food and a Better Future, the United Nations target building a peaceful, sustainable, and food-secure future where everyone has access to a healthy diet. To achieve this, experts suggest the way forward must be comprehensive, from tackling insecurity to investing in climate resilience farming to improving storage, irrigation, and transportation systems. That's in addition to strengthening farmers' cooperatives, access to finance and research. With the right investment, policies, and protection for its farmers, Nigeria may be on its way from food insecurity to food sovereignty. Because in a nation so richly blessed, no one should go hungry.
If you order Bolt, InDrive, or Uber and you see this man run for your life,
immediately I entered this man's car, there was something hanging in front of his mirror. It looked so fetish and...
But this same man picked me up, May 3rd, and he did the same thing.
Bolt, Uber, InDrive.
I'm getting scared because like, oh my god, what if he's the one? You guys, please be careful.
This is the man who goes around in Bolt, InDrive, and Uber, allegedly robbing women of their belongings, raping ladies in his ride, and pretending to offer safe transport while carrying knives, scissors, guns, and other weapons in his car.
This guy has pepper spray, he has gun, he has sharp weapons, whatever.
For months, young women have cried out, sharing stories of their painful encounters with this predator. They talk about how he allegedly threatens them, hurts them, and strips them not just of their possessions, but of their dignity.
And you are telling me I'm not with your phone. He's like, you want me to kill you here? Immediately he now brought out the knife. He was not holding the knife. He said he's going to stab me to death. Started diverting to another route. That do I have condom inside my bag? Look at what he was asking me. I said I don't have condom inside my bag. He now searched my bag. That he's going to send my body in parts. That he already has people that will buy my body.
Despite these cries and warnings, he is still on the road. He is still picking up unsuspecting women and still moving through Uber, Bolt, and InDrive like a hunter waiting for his next victim. And the most heartbreaking question remains, why is a man like this still allowed to drive? Why has no company taken firm action to protect the very people they promise safety to?
Uber are still allowing this man to drive after he has victimized a lot of girls.
Every day they're going to complain about a rider. Every day.
So why would Uber and Bolt and InDrive allow a known criminal work with them?
Will you be employing a highway robber to be on the highway picking people?
Every day that passes without justice is another day of risk for countless women. What use is technology if it cannot protect the vulnerable? What good is business when it ignores the cries of the broken? To the companies, the question is simple. How many more women must be hurt before you act? How many more tears must fall before you listen?
Please, Nigerian police, come to our help. Like, the government should look into it, police, they should look into it, and even close to like 8 or more were saying, oh, I've inside this man car before, or I'm a victim, or I almost got kidnapped. What? The worst part of this issue is that it has been reported to the police, but police did nothing about it.
To every reader, this is not just a story. This is a call to wake up, a call to demand safety, A call to make sure that no man, no matter how cunning, is allowed to use the wheel as a weapon against women again. Because as long as this man is allowed to drive, every woman on the road is in danger.
The government is not doing anything. Somebody should do something about this guy.
Every single day, Lagos generates over 13,000 metric tons of solid waste, more than many African countries produce in a week. But less than half of this waste is properly collected or disposed, while the rest piles up in streets, markets, and growing dump sites across the city, turning communities into ticking time bombs. From Ojota to Agege, Ayobo to Iyanoba, and across Lagos, waste is piling up faster than it can be managed, threatening both the health of residents and the environment.
Very, very hard, like just to struggle for myself and for my kids too. So that life in this place is just for you to look for somewhere to just hide your head, just put your head.
And they face a lot of challenges here in this place because like what I'm saying here, the place they live, kind of work they do, where they cook and what they eat every day. It's going to affect them because many of them are here just for them to survive.
There is just one of two things that is come up is that they will have to sell something before they will see money here to eat. Either they sell plastic or a rubber or keg or nylon, so they'll need to sell it. They'll work hard to get the money here, but in this place you see a lot of people they are living here. It's not like they don't have the money to rent house, but the money is too hard for them to see. Even though if they see the money safe, they will have to buy something. If rain fall, you will see a lot of water before you are coming into this place.
But beyond residents, thousands of people depend on these dump sites for survival, selling food and scavenging recyclables in risky and unhealthy conditions just to make a living. The question remains, how is the government tackling this challenge, and what is the plan for communities like Ojota, where the health of thousands is at stake?
We have monitoring and compliance officers who go around to enforce environmental laws. So since last year, we've arrested and prosecuted close to 200 offenders for littering, for dumping bulk waste. And we've also sealed a lot of facilities, commercial facilities that have not been obeying the environmental laws. We need to reduce the amount of waste we're generating. We need to reuse as much of that waste as possible, and also to recycle as much as possible. And that's the gospel we've been taking throughout the state. We're currently running a 2-bin system in Lagos. We have 2 bins, a green bin for general waste and a blue bin for mixed recyclables. And we have 80,000 of those, which we're selling through our websites. The 2 legacy dump sites at Olushosun and Solus 3 in Igodo. Each dump site will be replaced by a transfer loading station. From these transfer loading stations, we'll transport waste to new material recovery facilities, one in Ikorodu and one in Badagry. And those 2 sites collectively will process about 4,000 tons of waste out of the 13,000 we generate daily.
With this sensitization, we hope that the market women actually comply with the rules of the Thursday sanitation. That's number 1, which is very essential. Number 2 is to keep their goods and the things they sell in the proper places they are meant to keep them. Trade in the proper places they are meant to trade. Don't trade on the walkway. Abide by the rules. Leave the amount of meters that's left to be on the road for cars and vehicles to, to move around. And not only that alone, it's also essential for our market women as well. Once they are done with the day's trade, they should clean and sweep, the place that they've carried out their trade, their stores and their shops, put it in a proper, nice waste bin, tie it up, and take it to where the LAWMA operatives are meant to carry out, their duties and make sure the disposal is as neat and as clean as possible. Because that's where we buy our food. That's where we buy a lot of things to take to our houses. And if it's not properly kept and the hygiene is not well done, we run dangers and, risk of having food disease and, disease outbreak.
While government agencies continue to emphasize citizen responsibilities, residents insist that stronger intervention and real actions are urgently needed to prevent further environmental and health crises.
In addition, we have waste-to-energy projects planned for the dumps
Hello there, it's the week of Christmas and we're glad to celebrate the season with you on African News 24 TV. Here we bring you up to speed with happenings around the world. I am Christiana Chikezie. Let's begin the update at this hour with the news of the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the last election, Peter Obi. Peter Obi is criticizing the House of Representatives for rejecting a proposal to criminalize vote buying during party primaries, describing the decision as a setback to Nigeria's democratic reforms. The proposal, considered during clause-by-clause deliberation on amendments to the Electoral Act 2022, sought to make inducement of delegates at the party congresses, conventions and primaries a criminal offense with penalties including imprisonment. In a statement on X, Obi said the refusal to criminalize the practice amounted to protecting a broken system, arguing that electoral corruption begins at the level of party primaries where candidates emerge, maintaining that without addressing inducements at that stage, broader electoral reforms would remain ineffective. The former Anambra State governor also warned that vote buying has become entrenched beyond general elections, spreading into internal party processes and even community and organizational elections. Lawmakers, however, rejected the clause while approving sanctions for other electoral offenses, as some members reportedly raised concerns that such provision could be abused or be difficult to enforce. The decision has renewed debates among political stakeholders and civil society groups over the credibility of Nigeria's electoral process and the need for reforms ahead of future elections. From politics to security, where the United States Congress has ruled out plans to deploy American troops to Nigeria following its designation as a country of particular concern, stressing that the move is purely diplomatic, not military. Members of bipartisan U.S. congressional delegation made this clarification during a press briefing in Abuja after meetings with Nigerian government officials and other stakeholders. According to the lawmakers, the CPC designation is intended to encourage reforms, strengthen accountability, and promote the protection of religious freedom across the country. The delegation acknowledged Nigeria's complex security challenges, but emphasized that lasting solutions must come through dialogue, cooperation, and institutional reforms rather than foreign military intervention. The CPC listing was influenced by persistent violence, particularly in the Middle Belt, and underscored that the primary responsibility for protecting all citizens rests with the Nigerian government. According to the lawmakers, the designation serves as a policy tool to draw attention to human rights concerns and stimulate constructive engagement. The CPC assured that the designation would not damage the U.S.-Nigeria relations, reaffirming Washington's commitment to continued non-military support. This support includes humanitarian assistance, diplomatic engagement, and capacity building initiatives aimed at strengthening institutions and promoting long-term stability. Meanwhile, the United States has recalled its ambassador to Nigeria as part of a sweeping diplomatic reshuffle ordered by President Donald Trump, affecting several ambassadorial postings across the world. The recall is part of a broader move by the Trump administration to realign U.S. foreign missions with its policy priorities, with nearly 30 career diplomats reportedly affected by the decision. Officials said ambassadors serve at the pleasure of the president, making such recalls a routine feature of major policy or administrative shifts. Nigeria is among a number of countries impacted by the shakeup, with Africa accounting for a significant portion of the affected diplomatic posts. The development comes at a time when Washington and Abuja are engaged on key issues including security cooperation, trade relations, and regional stability. While no specific reasons were given for the recall of the U.S. envoy to Nigeria, analysts say the move reflects a wider restructuring rather than a targeted action against any single country. The U.S. State Department has maintained that the affected diplomats are expected to return to Washington for reassignment or other duties. The recall has sparked reactions among diplomatic observers, some of whom have expressed concerns about possible disruptions to ongoing engagements. However, U.S. officials insist the reshuffle is in line with standard diplomatic practice and will not alter the broader relationship between the United States and Nigeria. Away from that, the federal government has declared Thursday, December the 25th and Friday, December the 26th, 2025 as public holidays to mark Christmas and Boxing Day. The government has also declared Thursday, January 1st, 2026 as a public holiday for the New Year celebration. The declaration was made in a statement issued today by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Interior, Dr. Magdalene Ajani, on behalf of the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo. According to the statement, the minister urged Nigerians to reflect on the values of love, peace, humility, and sacrifice associated with the birth of Jesus Christ. Tunji-Ojo also called on citizens, regardless of faith or ethnicity, to use the festive season to pray for peace, improved security, and national progress. The minister wished Nigerians a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. And in the spirit of celebration, Lagos has once again stepped into its rich ancestral past as the Ijade Opa Eyo Procession takes center stage, signaling the build-up to the iconic Eyo festival. The age-long ride, steeped in symbolism and tradition, reinforces the city's cultural identity and unity. Our correspondent reports.
Lagos State came alive with ancestral symbolism on Sunday as the Ijade Opa Eyo Procession moved through key historic locations, reaffirming the city's commitment to preserving its cultural heritage. The ritual procession, marked by the ceremonial bearing of the Opambata, symbolized guidance, protection, and the transmission of tradition from one generation to another, as Lagos reflected on its foundations and advanced with dignity. Speaking during the event, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu described the Eyo Festival as a powerful expression of identity and continuity. He said the ceremony underscores Lagos' rich cultural depth, noting that a people without culture risks losing relevance.
Our local and international friends and audience, we know that indeed there is a strong and rich tradition and culture in Lagos. Because they say that the people without a culture are going into extinction. If you don't have a culture, you are not relevant. What are you living for? What are you passing on? What are you transferring? So it will be a cultural event that we will use to demonstrate to all of our visitors, to all of our friends, that Lagos is not only the center of excellence, it's not only the commercial economic nerve center of our country, it's also the melting point of culture and tourism.
Also speaking, Olori Eyo Adebola Doshumu explained that the Ijade Opa Eyo is part of a wider preparatory procession ahead of the main Eyo festival scheduled for next Saturday.
This is the first process. Whenever we bring out Opa, that means for sure Eyo is certain. So we go to different places. You can see when we leave Aweyademu, we went to Oba's Palace. From Oba Palace, we went to some chief palaces too. Then this is where we are now at the governor's house. We're still going to Mr. President's house to pay them homage, to tell them that we are having Eyo next week Saturday. So since the Opa is out, so everybody is allowed to go and get the Opambata. That's the staff of Eyo.
The outing, he added, formally signals the certainty of the forthcoming festival. The Ijade Opa Eyo Procession once again highlighted Lagos' resolve to protect its ancestral customs, reinforcing culture as a unifying force and a vital pillar of the state's history, identity, and tourism appeal. Lydia Ajayi, African News 24 TV.
Welcome to business. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery has announced the nationwide sale of petrol at 739 naira per litre across all MRS Oil Nigeria PLC filling stations and urged Nigerians to report any outlet selling above the approved price. The refinery, in a statement, said the pricing marks a major step toward affordable fuel and stability in Nigeria's downstream petroleum market. With over 2,000 MRS stations nationwide, the company said consumers are expected to feel the impact of the price reduction across Nigeria. Dangote Refinery urged consumers to refrain from buying petrol at inflated prices, saying, and I quote, "We encourage Nigerians to avoid buying PMS at excessively high prices when they can access locally refined fuel at 739 naira per litre from over 2,000 MRS stations nationwide. Report any MRS station selling above 739 naira per litre by calling the number on the screen." End of quote. The company also calls on other petroleum station operators to patronize their products so that the benefits of this price reduction can be passed on to Nigerians across all outlets, ensuring broad-based relief and a more stable downstream market. And on the foreign scene, a Delaware appeals court has cleared the way for Elon Musk to receive a long-disputed $56 billion Tesla pay package, overturning earlier rulings that had invalidated the award. The court ruled that Musk fulfilled the terms of the 2018 compensation deal and that Tesla and its shareholders benefited from its performance. The package had been challenged by a shareholder who argued it was excessive, but Tesla's board and shareholders have continued to support Musk. Lawyers for the shareholders say they are reviewing the decision. And in the world of sports, Afrobeat superstar Davido has combined music and football passion at the 2025 African Cup of Nations, headlining the tournament's opening ceremony while openly backing the Super Eagles with a hefty bet. The award-winning singer delivered a high-energy performance at the official AFCON opening ceremony, setting the tone for the continental showpiece with a colorful blend of music, dance, and African culture. His appearance underscored Afrobeat's growing global influence and its strong presence on major international sporting stages. Beyond the glitz of the opening ceremony, Davido further demonstrated his support for Nigeria by staking $25,000, that is about approximately 36 million naira, on the Super Eagles opening Group C clash against Tanzania. The singer shared a snapshot of his betting slip on his X page, predicting that both teams would score in the encounter, with a potential payout of $96,564, approximately 140 million naira. Nigerians are scheduled to face Tanzania on December 23rd at the Complex Sportif de Fer in Morocco as the Super Eagles begin their quest for a fourth AFCON title. Welcome to entertainment. Actress and filmmaker Ijade has appealed to the National Film and Video Censors Board and the general public not to withdraw her new movie, A Very Dirty Christmas, from cinemas, insisting that the film does not ridicule Christianity. In an emotional video shared on her Instagram page, Edo urged critics and regulators to watch the film before passing judgment, stating that she was willing to take responsibility if the movie was found to be offensive. According to her, and I quote, "Just don't poo my film. Please, just allow people to watch the film and come back and say that this film degrades Christians or degrades Christianity. Then I'll pull it. If it dishonors God or Christians in any way, I will pull it and bear the consequences. I will not be part of something like that." End of quote. The film has sparked controversy following concerns raised by the Christian Association of Nigeria, which described the title as offensive and disrespectful to the Christian faith. Responding to criticism, Edo explained that the title was never intended to demean Christianity, stressing that the storyline focuses on family issues rather than religious mockery. And that's the much we can take at this hour. Thank you for staying tuned to African News 24 TV. For more of these stories, please stay connected with us on all our social media platforms. And don't forget to visit our website on africannews24.ng for the latest updates. I'm Christiana Chikezi. Do have a good afternoon.